Here, let's do this one. Okay, this is actually. Do you find shy people more sexually attractive than outgoing people, or less so? How do you respond to other personality types than your own?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Let's go around the whole. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I love shy people.
You love shy people?
They don't talk, and I get to say everything.
Wait. That's not the question, though. The question is, are you more sexually attracted
to shy people than outgoing, like introverts versus extroverts?
Oh, yes. I love introverted people.
That's what you seek them out?
Yes, because they're usually really intelligent.
You hunt them down?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Because they're
because they're quiet, they listen to me, and they're usually really smart. And I don't know, it's just
I don't think introverted people are inherently smarter.
I don't know. They seem. I talk to people that talk all the time, and like they might be like ADHD or something. And then I'll meet like a very quiet person, and they're super intellectual. They got like something going on in here.
Do you think that their intellectualism is what makes them more introverted?
Maybe.
Or as a result, you think it's like correlated?
Probably, maybe.
Yeah. But Summer, do you like introverts or extroverts?
I prefer extroverts.
Are you more sexually attracted to introverts or extroverts?
Yeah,
Keywords.
I'm more sexually attracted to extroverts, 100%. I feel like Leos are very...
There we go.
Wondering what happened.
I'm big Leo gang over here, okay?
Here we go. Okay, here. Keep going.
Exactly. So definitely, I like people that are very confident in themselves. And, I do agree that, sometimes if you are not always talking, you can listen more. And sometimes you could be more intelligent. But if you're really, really quiet, never talking, like to me, that's kind of like a turn off. And, I'm not really into that. I like people that are very outgoing.
If someone's introvert, does that make them seem less confident to you?
Sometimes I wouldn't say exactly. It all depends on the certain situation. Like if I'm having a conversation and they're not able to hold a conversation, that's like different. But if even me, sometimes I could be shy meeting a bunch of people, but that doesn't mean that I'm not comfortable like being myself around these people. It just takes some time for everybody. But if you're a little too shy, that's when I'm like, you might be like serial killer vibes into that, but
you're not into the serial killer.
Definitely not.
Do you think that introverted guys, like shy guys and more shy introverted guys, do you think that they're more creepy than extroverted guys?
Yeah, they can be, but I don't want to put that label on all of them, you know what I mean? But mainly I really feel like extroverted guys give off BDE, the big dick energy, They're here. They let everybody know. They're like popping, But also I do like a low-key guy, But as long as you're not like a super weirdo creep, like I'm totally down for it. Like even a mix of both. But preferably, I'm definitely more turned on to the guys that go into a room and all eyes are on them, for sure.
There it is. The 8-Ball says your outlook is not so good. Okay. Go
ahead. Probably. That's my whole entire life.
You bring up astrology, the 8-Ball is going to keep you in check. Okay.
I mean, that's not going to be something that determines how turned on I am by somebody sexually.
Not at all?
No, looks are a huge thing for me first. And then after the looks, it's how do we feel when we're
I'm sorry, say that again for the home people in the home playing home game.
That looks
yeah. Tell me about looks. Yes.
Yeah, I'm vain. I need you to give a fuck about yourself.
There's nothing vain about judging
I
people
care about
wanting
myself.
Yep.
So yeah, so that doesn't really play a factor for me. Like I've been around shy people before. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna trigger you in so many ways. This is going to be entertaining, But
do you see like a more shy guy as like sort of more of a challenge? Like, oh, I'm gonna corrupt this guy.
No, not at all. Like I don't try.
Come
to
on,
do
you
that.
really.
It's more like.
If he's good looking and introverted, then you think of it as
no, it's more like, can you even handle my personality? Because if you can't handle my personality, then we're not going to be friends. I have a very, very different personality, and anybody who knows me knows it's uniquely its own. And it's a very sexual personality. So if you know that about me, you either can hang or you get left behind.
So if you had to choose one though, like
I'm not going to
Int-
choose somebody who's going to be shy. I want
Okay.
somebody who's going to jump off of buildings with me or go skydiving and, you know,
You
want
can make a
talk to
shy guy
girls
do
with
that. You
me.
just got to get him out of his comfort zone and force him. And be
and
like,
talk to girls with me so we can
Catalina
take
at the end of
them
the
home.
table, like leading men to their doom.
when you asked her that question, I was
Cliffhanger.
like,
guys, I want to hear what Alice has to say because I know you actually coach guys. And you see how guys talk. You do all that stuff. So
I mean, so
what do you think?
So I actually think it's not really about if you're shy or if you're, you know, kind of like more outgoing. I think it's all about how socially calibrated are you.
Mhm.
So you can have a guy that's shy, but he's like, he has some social skills actually, and he can talk to you, he can listen to you, he can, you know, ask the right question and stuff like this. So I don't think it really matters that much.
But that guy's not shy if he's that socially calibrated.
I mean, you know, you can have a guy that's like a little bit more on a shy, like a shy side, or not even shy, but just introverted, you know, and he doesn't speak as much. He's not as loud. Like you cannot hear him right away when he walks to the room. At the same time, if you're with him one-on-one, you can have a nice conversation with this person. You know what I mean? So I don't think like guys, all of the guys need to be like super loud and, you know, like kind of the star of the, you know, kind of group of people that they are in actually.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah. But I think that like for everybody, not only men, but also women, like it's nice to have some kind of social skills and work a little bit on your personality and, you know, be social in a way that kind of like, you know, mirrors your personality.
So it's just more of like if it's authentic to them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Evelyn, what do you think?
Introverts or extroverts?
I do prefer extroverts because I really like that big D energy. Yeah, just I don't know, just like that energy that they
How old
give
are you?
off. I'm 25.
Yeah, there it is. Keep going.
Wait, what does that mean? Why?
No, I was gonna say because like when women get to a like 10 years from now, you might have different priorities. Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just the extrovertedness that I don't know, just the fact that they like talking, they like socializing, like that's what I'm into right now at least. So that's
Do you think that's because they know how to have a better time than a guy who's like say introverted?
I think so. Like I think I can see myself having more fun with that extroverted guy versus the introverted guy.
Just depends on what kind of fun you like to have. If you're a person who likes to go out and do
Yeah.
activities, you know,
I
like
love
as long
to go
as
out.
they align,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because otherwise, if you're that person that wants to stay at home with somebody, you know what I mean, just cook and watch a movie or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get bored a little bit.
you gotta do what's going to be fitting for you. But somebody might love that lifestyle,
Yeah.
and that lifestyle is perfectly suited for them then. So
Yeah.
therefore, being shy doesn't matter because you don't need to have that kind of go-getter personality anywhere. You know.
Sarah, is there such a thing as a strong silent type?
A strong silent type?
Guy.
Her response was just
That-
everything.
Okay, everything. Moving
Is there? I don't think so.
Topic settled.
Do you like extroverts? Or
Yeah, my husband's very like comical and like charismatic, and he's always talking. He's from the South, so he just talks, you know.
Mhm.
But I like that because it gives you like good energy, and then you know we always do so much together, and like. But there are days that we don't want to like socialize with other people. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right.
I just think it's about your connection. Like whoever you meet, it just fits because you both like the same shit.
Mhm.
So I don't.
So I think categorizing guys or anyone really, or women for that matter, into like categories of introvert or extrovert, because I think that a lot of people sort of go through different phases.
Yes.
And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm an author. I've written 5 books. Being an author is a very introverted
Yeah.
thing to do. You have to, it's very cerebral. You have to be inside your own head, and you're second guessing yourself, an imposter dynamic, whatever the fuck it is. But I'm an extrovert by necessity.
Yeah.
So when I'm on here, I'm much more extroverted. When I play my band, I'm much more extroverted. I've done like stage acting before. People would say, "Oh, you're an extrovert." Yeah, until I am got myself all wrapped up in the next book that I am, and then
Right.
people would say, "Oh, he's so like moody and brooding." Like, no, I'm not. I'm just like I'm doing something that isn't jumping in your face all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think that there's necessarily an introvert or an extrovert like in exclusivity.
Yeah.
And so
agree.
I think it depends. 'cause,
that's why I
like,
asked about the strong
yeah.
silent type. You know?
So I am pretty extroverted person. At the same time, when I moved to America 2.5 years ago, when I could like barely talk in English, I was just like sitting by myself and that's it, not even saying hi to anybody.
Smile.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know what's
scared.
going on.
Yeah, I was scared because like I was scared that somebody's gonna talk to me, and I just got here. I do not have enough of like skills to talk to this person back. So for like 1.5 years, I was super introverted. Like I didn't talk almost to anybody. And now 2.5 years, I'm like, kind of becoming myself a little bit more. So I think that depends. And also like introverted people, maybe somebody just doesn't feel good in a like,
Yes.
social interaction. There's a bunch of people that he doesn't know, like, and then at home he's like super spoken, and like, he talks a lot and like he's a kind of like more crazy person. So yeah, I think it depends a lot on the situation.
I'm always hesitant when I'm listening to people. Like that's one of the reasons I have a problem with astrology, by the way. Whenever people like put other people in sort of like want to put them into categories.
Yeah,
right? Well, because they want them to be more predictable.
Yeah.
So if you're an introvert, you're an extrovert. Okay, this is what I expect from you. Oh, and if you don't act that way, or if you like you're saying, I look at their looks first, right? When you're looking at a guy's looks, you don't know necessarily whether that guy's kind of like more like a wallflower, or if he's like more has more bravado, unless you're expecting that guy from his looks and the way he presents himself to be what he is. Like for instance, if I was to meet your husband, I would probably, because I've seen pictures of him on your IG. If I'm looking at the guy, I already have a mental sort of build up of what that guy who looks like that actually is. And so that's why I was saying that looks are very, very important. I'm sick to fucking death of people saying like, oh, it's so superficial. Yeah, there's nothing superficial about looks whatsoever. Because when you go from being a fat ass to like putting on some muscle and you trim down and stuff, people treat you different because you
Very
look different.
Yeah.
It's I curb this fucking high. Like how do we not understand this shit, right? But there's a congruency. Like I use this as an example. Like you take The Rock and you look at a guy who looks like The Rock or The Rock himself. And you look at the dude and you go, okay, well, he's probably a professional wrestler. He's probably a bodybuilder. You expect a deeper voice. You expect more command presence out of this guy. But you put him in a tutu in the Tooth Fairy movie and people laugh at it. And the reason they laugh at it is because it's incongruent with what you expect that guy to be like. Now, that's funny and makes for a good movie. But like when you meet a guy who you're expecting to do, like, oh man, he looks like, and then he starts talking in really high pitched voice, and you can tell he's like homosexual, right? Then that throws you out of the loop as far as what is congruent with that guy. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to finally bring this up on the show, because like when I talk about this and when I talk about congruency, people don't really understand like the difference between like categorizing somebody as an extrovert or an introvert. Because that's what you expect from them. That's what they look. You look like an extrovert. Your husband looks like an extrovert, right? And probably is. Right? So, just something to bear in mind. Your whole looks thing is what set me off on that. Which one?
If you're watching this, I have a gift for you. Click the link below, and I will send you a private invite to my community for free. Yes, free.